The US SEC is suing Coinbase, accusing the crypto platform of not following broker registration rules to trade crypto products that the regulator alleges are securities. Coinbase CEO Brian Armstrong accused the SEC of regulating by enforcement, an approach he says is harming the US. SEC Chair Gary Gensler has told CNBC crypto companies aren't abiding by rules in place to protect investors.
I think there's been clarity for years. The investing public has the benefit of the U.S. securities laws. Crypto should be no different. And these platforms, these intermediaries need to come into compliance and protect the investing public. This is a field that's built. The whole business model is built on non-compliance with the U.S. securities laws. And we're asking them to come into compliance, and they're going a bit of catch us if you can.
Let's get out to Arjun of Money 2020. Arjun, this is a big one. We had Binance yesterday. Regulators had trained their sights on that company. Today it's Coinbase, and there is a view it's double or nothing here. Coinbase has to slug it out with the regulator if it wants to do business in the United States.
Yeah, absolutely, Karen. Look, there's a few things as we look through this story, what could happen to Coinbase and how this all plays out. Firstly, if the SEC wins this court battle, it could mean that Coinbase may have to separate these various parts of the business that the SEC alleges that it's commingling together. The second is fines. The SEC claims seeks what they call disgorgement of ill-gotten gains plus interest and penalties. Effectively, what that means is Coinbase could have to pay back the revenue it got it from trading in these alleged unregistered securities. Barclays analysts put that figure at about $6 billion, and that's without the further fines that could come as well. And also, on top of the SEC action, Coinbase is also facing some legal action from individual states. For example, yesterday, Alabama has given Coinbase 28 days effectively to explain how it's not violating securities rules as well with its so-called staking program here. So that's really how this all might play out at this point. And of course, there's a scenario where Coinbase wins in the court. And I think it points to a bigger issue here and the bigger debate that's been sort of waging on for the past few months, and that is the crypto industry versus the SEC. The crypto industry executives I've spoken to over the past few months have complained that the SEC, US regulators, have not given the industry clear guidance really on what is and isn't allowed. You heard Gary Gensler there in that clip saying, well, the rules are clear. We've had securities rules in place for many years, and they're very clear at this point as well. And Coinbase was issued with what was called a Wells notice by the SEC earlier this year, effectively saying that we are looking in to some of these allegations. And now that formal complaint has come. I caught up with Brian Armstrong, the CEO of Coinbase, in April when he was in London, and talked to him about the Wells notice before this official SEC complaint was filed. And he laid out the debate playing out right now between the crypto industry and the SEC. Let's just have a quick listen in.
It's really unfortunate. I think we're going to have to actually end up going to court to get the clarity we need and create that case law. It's an abdication of responsibility. I mean, the regulator's job is to publish a clear rule book and allow that market to be safe, but also to flourish in that country. And I think they've completely abdicated responsibility.
Investors are worried that this could turn out to be a years-long battle. We've seen with Ripple, for example, and the SEC, this is been going on for some time. Are you prepared for a battle with the SEC of this kind of length? Absolutely. I mean, we never seek litigation, but it seems in this case that they have initiated it. And if we need to get the courts to get the clarity that we need, then we're very prepared to do that. I think the law is on our side, and the SEC has to follow rule of law. I think their actions would not be sympathetic to a jury. And so we're very prepared for this. We're going to court to win, just to be clear. I think we have a very strong case, and that's exactly what we intend to do.
That was the Coinbase CEO. They're even saying in April that, look, they're prepared for a long court battle, and actually they see it as an opportunity to lay out the case as to why they aren't breaking federal security laws and effectively using the court system to get the clarity they need on the laws. I think what's clear at this point, you've seen it from the Coinbase share price reaction, is that there is massive regulatory overhang here over Coinbase and over the broader crypto sector in the US at this point. And no doubt you've heard many of them over the past few weeks talk about investing outside of the US and boosting their presence in other jurisdictions that are friendly to crypto. Some of it posturing, some of it actually happening, but that really is the state of play right now in the crypto space versus US regulators, guys.